Well, one of you is clearly mistaken.
There is no mistake. It's Marco.
Brutus.
Do you have any way of identifying him? Papers, photographs?
I have his registration form right here.
I'm telling you, that dog in there is Brutus.
McKinley, could you ring the council, please, see if Mr. Banks has a healer registered in his name?
I never got around to registering him.
So we have one dog and two owners.
One bona fide owner. Now, if you'll kindly hand over my dog, I'll...
I'm afraid I can't do that without permission from the ranger. He might wish to prosecute.
Well, I'm aware there's a small fine involved. I'm perfectly
Actually, it's quite a
willing to-
large fine, Miss Marsh. You see, it's not just that the dog's been wandering. He's also suspected of having attacked a little girl.
Boss, I'm sure this
However, I'm sure the ranger would be very grateful if we could establish which of you is the real owner. And I have to admit, I'm rather curious myself, aren't you, McKinley?
Yes, well, I know of a way that we could find out. Good boy, good boy.
Marco, come here.
Try again.
Marco, heel. Obviously not my dog.
Your turn, Mr. Banks.
Brutus.
Who knows that word?
Come on, Brutus.
Hello. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy.
Hey, Dash, why don't you give him to your old lady?
Oh, yeah, she needs a good dog.
Come on, she's got dozens already.
She's got 5, don't exaggerate, and they're all working dogs. She needs a house pet.
We'll give her a goldfish. That's why she'll keep all the limbs intact.
A goldfish. My mum gets a bit lonely, and I'm always going to be here when she calls me.
Your mother is the last person I would expect to get lonely. You've got dozens of relatives in and around Mount Thomas, and that is not an exaggeration.
How would you like to go live with my mum? Brutus, hey.
Brutus, is that what you're going to call him?
He answers to it. It's probably his name.
Big coincidence, Banks knowing it.
Oh, I don't know. After Caesar and Prince, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Well, I've checked out Caravan Park's camping ground. Nobody remembers a Jack Rafferty.
Motel friend.
The neighbour reported him missing. Saw him with camping equipment.
Well, why don't you check the State Forest Reserve? Plenty of people like to rough it out there every weekend.
Yeah, righto, mate. Then I'm going to call it quits, eh?
Hey, Dash, didn't you take a call about an abandoned car in the State Forest?
When was this?
This morning,
In between calls to 3SD.
Just look. Yellow ute and... This is Jack Rafferty's car,
All
Dash.
right, all right. Take Schultz and Cooper with you. McKinley and Doyle can come out later if you need them.
I'm sorry.
Stay awake, eh?
Radio.
In the meantime, take this dog outside so it can do its business, then put it back in the cells and leave it there.
Come with me. Good boy.
Yeah, boss, we found it. There's no sign of Rafferty. It's parked outside an old tin shack, and there's a whole lot of camping gear in the back of it.
Roger that, Cooper. You better keep looking around, see if there's any trace of where he might have shot through to.
Yep, righto. Mount Thomas 509 going back over.
It looks like he didn't even have any time to set up his camp here.
It didn't need to, mate. The hut looks like it's been fitted out. There's a bed in there. It looks like it's been slept in recently.
Why would he do that?
Could be a cover.
And for what?
For this, mate.
There you go. Marijuana.
Yeah, so, Mr. Rafferty's into permaculture, eh?
Heavily. There's plenty of that stuff drying out in the hut.
Operating alone, you think?
Don't know, but I left Nick and Adam out there to be on the safe side.
Did you find the plantation?
No, not yet, but it can't be too far. There's no vehicle track, so he must be cutting this stuff, then walking. Hey, hello, look at this. Mr. Rafferty's got priors for trafficking and possession.
Well, there must be any number of rival growers or dissatisfied customers that'd like to make him disappear.
Yeah, but we can't put up the headstone before we find the body, boss.
How did he behave?
It was just like any other normal dog. He stopped at every post, every bush between here and the pub.
More information than I require.
What do you smell?
Your friend rang, by the way, Evil Eric. He'd like you to take him down to the pound.
But Brutus didn't attack anyone.
Oi, get off it. Get off. Oi, get down. Get off. Hey. Get him off. Get him down to the pound immediately.
know most of the healers in the district. I used to keep an eye on the troublesome breed.
He's not troublesome. Well, he almost bit you, didn't he? Yeah, well, he was scared.
Well, scared or aggro, it doesn't make any difference. Once they've learned how to use their teeth, there's only one way to handle the buggers.
Charming.
Found him in the state forest, did you?
No, why?
Oh, I had a couple of reports yesterday about a healer pinching snags off a barbie up at McCarthy's Lookout. 2 of the buggers in 1 week, just my luck. Could you hold this door open for me, love?
Yeah.
Did you get onto the ranger?
Yes, Brutus is now on death row.
If you're trying to make me feel bad, you're wasting your breath. Quite apart from his behaviour, he's left his little calling cards all over the front lawn.
This doesn't say anything about a dog.
What?
This report on Jack Rafferty. Evil Eric said that a healer was sighted in the state forest. That's a bit much of a coincidence, isn't it?
McKinley, you're obsessed.
Well, why don't I just give Wangaratta a call?
I thought you had an appointment to go to.
It's a little bit later and I've still got time.
Yeah, well, if you've got time, you can come and wash my boot.
Righto, west is the highway, north is just granite and gullies there.
Oh, it's a good place to fall and hurt yourself up to there.
Yes, but it's not a great place for gardening, is it? Okay, now Nick and Adam, they've headed east, so if we take the south...
Hey, PJ!
There you go, mate. Not what we were expecting, but anyway.
Brutus. Oh, the dog does get around.
Well, you don't sound too surprised.
We've already worked out at this end that Brutus is probably Rafferty's dog.
We?
Wangaratta checked with the neighbour and the local council. Makes you wonder where Joel Banks fits into all this.
Do you want McKinley to bring him in for another chat?
Oh, just one thing at a time, boss.
No sign of Rafferty.
Negative, but we're still looking.
He's got to be an 83 by now. The dog would never run off otherwise.
Yeah, I'd say so, but there's a lot of bush to search still.
I know someone who could help. Go on, find him. Go on. I think he's onto something.
Aren't you supposed to be the doctor?
Nick!
Not the thing a young lady should see, Dash.
Nick, I can hear the dog barking. Has he found anything?
Yeah, mate, lots of rabbit holes.
Hey, PJ?
Oh, dope.
That's more like it. Oh, no. Oi, the print.
Hip up, hip, come, I'll get him. I've got him.
Great, this is good.
I tried to catch him.
Hopeless. Well, mate, they're sort of a print now.
PJ, over here! Dash!
Right, didn't he?
Brutus found him.
Charming.